Good afternoon and welcome to the Humidor Report. Justin here from Beaumont's very own cigar club, back with something that's not new but is a rare sight, something we only see at most once or so a year. It is from Fuente. So Arturo Fuente does have their infamous 858 line. 858 is actually a reference to the size of the cigar. It's roughly a Toro, but I haven't heard of anybody else ever using that 858 designation for that size. I do believe it goes back to old Cuban Vitolas, and when I say old enough back in the area where the Churchill was called the Julieta II before it was ever called a Churchill. So I do believe the 858 goes back to then, but the only brands that I've ever seen use that 858 designation are Fuente and Ashton. And if you're not aware, Fuente makes Ashton's core line, and I believe most of Ashton's products. But with the 858, as you know it, what we normally carry on the shelves, there is the Natural, which is their Cameroon. There is the Maduro, which is broadleaf Maduro, and there is the Candela, the double Claro, as they call it. But these two here are unique variations on that 858 theme. What we have here is the 858 Sun Grown, and this is the 858 Sun Grown Rosado. So if you're familiar with Fuente's Chateau series and you know of the King Bee and the Queen Bee, it's the same difference. The King Bee has the sun-grown wrapper, the Queen Bee has the sun-grown Rosado. So Rosado is a color classification just like Maduro, Oscuro, Claro, EMS, so on and so forth. I tend to personally like those Rosado wrappers. Think you get good flavor when you get that little reddish hue, which Colorado and Rosado both kind of mean reddish. But that's what we've got here. So if you like the King Bee or the Queen Bee, this one here, the Sun-Grown 858 will be more like your King Bee. The Sun-Grown Rosado here will be more like the Queen Bee. Now, we only do have one box of each, and as you can see, people have already started getting into them, so they won't be long for this world. If you want to see what these unique twists on the 858 theme are, I suggest you come by and see us as soon as you can and grab them before they're gone, at least until next year, if not longer. So again, 858 Sun-Grown, 858 Sun-Grown Rosado from Arturo Fuente on the shelves here while they last, and rest assured they won't last very long. That's going to wrap us up for this week's edition of the Humidor Report. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with everything that is hip and happening here at Cigar Club. We'll be back with you next week, same place, same time. And until then, I'm Justin, and we'll see you at the club.